Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that Pierre did over on her channel, so I will make sure to link that video down below. But she talked about all the books that she used to love and has basically outgrown or don't really like anymore, or ones that you just aren't as excited about anymore. Like, some of these books, I thought they were the end-all be-all books of the whole world and I never wanted to read anything else. And now I have definitely grown out of that phase, and I know that there are other books out there, but this isn't to say that these books are bad per se. Some of them are, in my opinion, but some of them I don't love them like I used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this, and I hope you guys enjoy. So the first book that I have that I read all the time and was absolutely obsessed with, as well as the movie, is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This book is about a girl named Susie Salmon who is murdered when she is 14. She's murdered when she's 14, and it's about the mystery of who is her killer and how did it happen, and also with Susie being in the in-between between life and afterlife and all of that stuff. And I was obsessed with this. I don't know, I must have been like a weird kid, but I was so fascinated by this, and I don't know, I just couldn't get enough of this story. I thought it was fascinating and terrifying at the same time. So I read this all the time. The book is definitely not even close to as good as the movie, in my opinion. I love the movie so much, and I think the acting is really well done. But yeah, I was just fascinated by this, and while I still do really enjoy this, I probably wouldn't pick this up again. I would watch the movie again, but I for sure wouldn't read this. I just know the story so well that I kind of feel like I'd be over it. But anyways, this is I wouldn't recommend the book actually, so I don't know. I'd recommend the movie, but this is a really interesting story, and so I absolutely loved this when I was younger. Next is a series that I have talked about a lot on my channel, and I think a lot of people probably have the same feelings about this series, and that is the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. You can't really see it, sorry. But this is a trilogy of The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer, which are 3 books in this series that follow this girl named Belly, and she always goes to this beach called Cousin's Beach with her family friends, and it's about her kind of coming of age, growing to love herself and love other people. There's a love triangle, there's, you know, very teenagey, really bad teenagey, dumb, annoying things that are very naive and hard to read about now because you just want to like, ugh, I don't know. But anyways, I loved this. I read it every summer, if not more than once, and I was obsessed with it. I thought it was the best series in the world, and I never thought I'd find a book better than it, and I definitely have, because I don't know, the characters are just not the best, and this is Jenny Han's first works that I've read. I don't know if she had works before this, but she's definitely evolved as an author for sure. So I loved this. I will still always have a special place for it in my heart, but it's definitely not one of those that I lean towards reading all the time or kind of want to reminisce on. It was great for when I was growing up because I went through a lot of the things that she went through during her life, but not one of my favorites anymore, even though I will always remember it being a very special time in my life. Next is a book that I absolutely loved when it came out. I read it so quickly, I was obsessed, I watched the movie, and it was a very, very popular book at the time. But over the years, I think it has gotten more controversy surrounding it, and there are a lot of problematic elements in this, which I can definitely agree about looking back, and that is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This book is about a girl named Louisa Clark, and she ends up getting a job to take care of a quadriplegic, I don't remember, man who she ends up falling in love with, and it's about the story between them. And apparently, I cannot speak to this because I don't really know much about it, but representation of Will Traynor, the man who is in the wheelchair, is apparently not the best it could have been, and it's problematic in that way, as well as the decisions that some of the characters make, and I think just the overall message is a bit iffy for people, and I understand that completely. It's not something that I look to anymore. I wouldn't read it again. I thought the movie was okay. I'm obsessed with Emilia Clarke, so I love her, so I was happy she was in that movie. But other than that, I've totally grown out of this, and as others said, I understand how this could be problematic, and the whole premise behind it is kind of an issue. So yeah, I don't know. I liked it when I read it, but now I wouldn't pick it up again. Next is a classic that I think everyone has probably read, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. As many people did, I devoured this. I loved John Green. I read this book so quick. I cried. I felt the love. I wanted to just experience a love like Gus and Hazel. But now I've definitely grown out of John Green's writing, as well as his stories and all of that. And I just never find myself wanting to read any of his books. Like Turtles All the Way Down doesn't sound that interesting to me, and I just don't think I'll pick it up. So I've grown out of John Green, although he was a big influence on my life growing up. So I am glad I had these books when I read them, but I just don't really gravitate towards them anymore. Yeah, a lot of this is basically, it was helpful in the time that I read them, but it's not something that I would return to read. But as many people know, this is a book about a girl named Hazel and a guy named Gus, and they both have cancer, and their love story. And I don't want to get much into it, I'm sure you know, but it's a really, really good book for what it was, I think. Just not one that I love really anymore. I have a trilogy, which are companion novels basically, that I really loved when I read them, and I got them all at once and read them all at once, and I heard so many different people recommending them to me, so I decided to pick them up. That is Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Ela and the Happily Ever After. And honestly, I enjoyed these when I read them. I think that they're a cute companion novel about young love and like being a teenager and experiences like that. But I've just completely grown out of it. These books are just too surface level for me. I don't know, I just really didn't dig them that much. And also, Anna and the French Kiss is pretty problematic if you ask me. I think the way that she goes about getting Etienne, the boy that she really likes, is sticky, and she talks really bad about Etienne's girlfriend, and I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't like it very much. But anyways, I liked these a lot when I read them, won't read them again, and I've just grown out of these kind of fluffy, silly romances. I don't know. And last but not least, we are going to be talking about these books that not only have I grown out of them, but do I dislike them and despise them. We're gonna get heated up in here. The author for these books that I have multiple of that I'm going to be getting rid of is Colleen Hoover. I have Maybe Someday, November 9, and Hopeless. These are all books that I loved when I was early in high school when they came out. I read them, I loved them, I loved the like, you know, on the edge of like sexy romance for teenagers, but also everyone has like a torn up past, and they have to be together despite all of these different things. And reading it then, I didn't see any problem with it, but now as a young adult, as I've grown up, as we know, these books are filled with problematic elements, filled with unhealthy relationships, filled with disgusting comments and bad representation for both men and women, I think, and the way that relationships should be. And I just think that they're overall extremely bad and harmful images and messages that are being put towards younger girls like me. When I was younger, I didn't see a problem with these. I thought that it was great, and I wanted that bad boy, or that boy that would do anything for me, but, you know, told me what to do and like did all of that. And now I realize that is so not healthy, and that's exactly what a harmful and abusive relationship is. So I don't recommend Colleen Hoover at all. I will never buy another book by her, and I'll never read these again. And I'm just sad about it. So definitely grew out of these and will never grow back into them. So that is going to be it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments any books that you have outgrown, or books that you just know that you'll never get to again, or enjoyed as a kid, anything like that. I would love to know. And if you guys want to, you guys can subscribe for more videos, as well as like the video to let me know if you're enjoying. And I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!